Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where as promised I was sitting there ticking forward, and you can see we're forward a few months anyway. Not very many though, because as I was ticking forward, this popped in. The Billnock wants to declare war against the Ishni Compact with an end threat CB. Did we even have access to an end threat? No, we didn't. So that's very interesting. The Billnock want to do this. We vote yes on that, obviously, because we were planning on declaring war on them, and actually that caused it to pass, and so we are now at war with the Interstellar Ishni Compact. So, we know, actually, I think we need to tick a day. Oh my, that was very laggy. Okay, so we know that the majority of their fleets are up over here, right? We know that for a fact. We also know that their Colossus is here, and that's the reason why we declared war. But if we look at the war goals here... Okay, we're not the main attacker, unfortunately. So we'll see how much we end up getting out of this. But we need to head on in here. So we're going to take all of our fleets up to Rezor right now. We're also going to take our transport fleet up to Maragdus, and that'll be just fine. So we'll arrive up here soon enough. We're a lot faster with our armies than we are with our fleets, but we're going to head on up. Cool. We are maxed on our alloys. That's to be expected at this point. But yeah, this was only a few months in the future. Like, 4 months? It's kind of wild. But we'll see how much we can get out of this. It kind of depends on when the Billnock are going to decide to settle status quo. I don't think they're going to let us achieve war goals. But we'll see. Off we go. And we don't really care who gets what bits of this, as long as they're within the Federation. That's all that really matters. So the Slurpanor are being fought as well. And we could consider, actually... Where did that fleet go? We sent it back over this way. We could utilize the fleet that we got from the Shield. They're here in Atmir right now. We could utilize them to take back these areas, right? That's a pretty strong fleet there. Okay, noted. So we could take them, like, down over to here. We may or may not win that. It kind of doesn't matter, though. So that'll be fine. We're heading on out, and we're going to hit Rezor here. Now, I'm very interested in eliminating their fleets, but they're actually attacking Maragdus here. Fascinating. So, they're not going to be able to take this over because they need this, but this is an end threat, or a containment CB, which I believe means that things are going to immediately shift over to us. So that's great. We're going to head on up. How are we doing on exotic gases right now? We're at 33. We may want to consider running our exotic gases as fuel edict. That'll put us slightly negative, but I think that's okay.
Under attack.
So they're going to take this over, obviously. There's not going to be any problem with that. So here we are.
Lost.
We are heading in and attacking them. Only the one fleet is there right now. We'll have a few more come in soon. Yeah, this definitely flipped over to them. Cool. So that tells me what I needed to know. So we easily defeat this force. And then we're going to grab this starbase. After that, we'll head over to Rezor.
Technology discovered.
Okay. Now, we are a little bit concerned about all of their forces, although they have spread out a little bit. Fascinating. We just got defense platform hull points. Not like that really helps us all that much. Okay. Let's continue to tick on forward here, and we'll see what we can get out of this war. It's going to be very interesting, for sure. So we're going to hit Rezor, and then I think I'm going to send one fleet out to grab some of this stuff out over here. I'm actually going to send the third fleet to do that. So the third fleet is going to head off over this direction. We're going to head like so, grabbing what we can over this way. Cool. We're mostly keeping our fleets together right now because we want to hit their main fleet areas. which is up over here. That's where their primary fleets are. We can see that the Slurpanor are attacking Wemos. It's to be expected. I want to see what's going on out over here. Okay, they're just in that wormhole. Sure. Well, we're going to hit Resor here, and this is not going to be any particular problem. We're already through their armor and just hitting their hull.
Engaging enemy station.
So it's all good. I'm expecting this to fully flip to our control, and indeed it does. Okay, beautiful. So we would like to take full control over this war and have control over when it ends. That would be the ideal scenario. We'll see how realistic that is. Actually, we need everyone up in, not you, but we need everyone else heading up to Sorsamax. What do they have in here? A mega shipyard? That's convenient. Okay, I want to make sure that these guys are getting all grouped up before we go in there. That's a pretty powerful force that they have there. They are getting ready to jump down. So we should actually chill, in that case, here. Cool. And we'll just keep an eye on what they're doing. They're actually coming in here. That's wild. I don't know why they'd choose to do this. This seems pretty foolish to me.
Engaging enemy fleet.
Cool. So we'll engage them here. And this is no problem. Are they going to bring in additional fleets, is the question. It looks like yes. But they're going to kind of trickle in here. Oh my. This day tick is taking a while. There we go. Now we're ticking again. Fantastic. Gotta love the late game lag. Okay, so all of these units, all of these units are going to head up to here. Cool. And they're just going to fly into us. I love it. That's really, really good. So I would very much like to take over a huge amount of the Slurpanor as well, as long as we're doing this. Like, realistically, I want to take over everything they have, right? That is the goal here. Just eliminate them all in the single war. The question is, the Bilnok are the war leaders. Will they let us? That is the question here. So we're just going to keep heading up to Sorkamax, because I want this shipyard on our side. That is definitely something that I want. We've taken over this L gate. I like it. The Calactora did that. Like I said, I don't really care who controls things here. I just want them to go into the Federation. So that's all well and good. Everything up over here is untouched at this moment, which I don't necessarily love, but it's all good. And up we go to hit their mega shipyard. Cool. So the question now is, and I don't want you to go up there necessarily, the question now is, where do we hit with our armies first? And I think the answer will be Dulci, most likely. But we definitely need to take over their mega shipyard here. That is of utmost importance, and eliminating this fleet will be no real problem. Speaking of which, we are capped. We should spend down what we can, which isn't a lot, to be honest. And we can see that they're attacking up over here. We don't really care too much about that. Cool. So this is all looking good for right now. We win in Sorsamax, and we're going to have to leave a fleet. Actually, no, we control this mega shipyard now. We don't have to leave a fleet here. I'm going to go back to Dulci here, because I want to get an invasion going. And we also just got a tech. That's always nice. More energy credits wouldn't be a bad thing. Speaking of which, we may actually want to go through our worlds quickly. I just realized we haven't done that this episode. So this industrial world can get a system capital complex. This mining world, we could go for something like an alloy nanoplant. This industrial world, we could definitely go for a commerce megaplex here. Seems reasonably okay. We need housing here. Okay, we could deal with that. We'd need to put in a luxury residence. This unification center, we could definitely put in an admin park. And these worlds we're waiting for migrations from, but it's broadly looking good. Hello, pause menu. Okay, so that is all fantastic. I'm very glad they declared this war. I had no idea that the Bilnok even had the capability of doing an end threat CB. I'm very glad about this. The Ishni are attacking up here, and we do expect that they win that. Correct? Oh yeah, we absolutely expect that. Do we expect that they push through Wendell? They could. They certainly could. Okay. At this point, do we want to split up our fleets? I believe we can afford it. So I'm going to have just the 7th come down here. The rest of these are going to... Well, let's grab just one of these for now. The 9th doesn't have a leader, and we'll put this guy in. We'll send that to Zelmadak. And then we'll send the 1st with it, because we know we're going to be taking some damage up this way. That'll be fine. The 2nd can head over to Tavander. The 6th can head over this direction as well, I think. And then we'll need orders for the 4th, which can also head up this direction and start working its way up here. We'll branch out as we head up. That'll be fine. I want to select all of these, thanks. And what else do we need? We need orders for the 5th and the 22nd. Okay, so the 5th will come down this way, and then for now the 22nd will head up to Zelmadak. And we'll split these up a little later on. But I think we're perfectly safe to split up and cover more territory now. So that'll be great. The Slurpanor rivaled us. That's kind of funny. The question is, at this point, we don't really need influence, since we have this end threat war. But I definitely do want to achieve Workles. That is going to be a big priority here. Unfortunately, the Bilnok are probably going to status quo at some point. We're just going to take what we can get and get out of here. And then our next war would be with a large amount of influence, in theory. So in we go. We are attacking Dulci at this point, and the question is, what do they have here? 311? Oh, that's barely anything. So we can come in here basically now and enter orbit over this way. We should have this station gone by the time we get here. We're already through its shields, and we're through its armor as of now. Cool. So we'll control this station shortly. There we go. And I do want to replenish some ships here. Fantastic. And we will land on Yurg-Safan. There we go. Let's push over to Erich. No reason to stay here. So that'll be great. Cool. So the 2nd, 6th, and 5th can definitely move to Medkarash. That's okay. They're currently fighting these science ships, and we'll see if they catch them or not. It doesn't really matter either way. So that's fine. Cool. Zelmadak has fallen, and we'll head up to Alamak next. We're still chasing these science ships, hilariously. They're going the direction we want to go, though, so it's all good. We'll see if we actually get anything out of this. We did destroy at least one of them. Okay, cool. So we do see some fleets around, but it's no big deal, honestly. I mean, they have some decent fleets in Karasta, sure. I keep hoping that these will fall. They have not yet, but we are heading over to Atlaba, so that'll be fine. Cool. So we're heading into Alamak, and that'll be fine. Oh, wow, the 9th fleet is very beat up. Okay, well, we'll get to work on that. The 7th will move down to Melif. We're already working on building a lot of things for it, I think, but that'll be fine. The first fleet is a little beat up as well. I'm wondering if the 9th fleet was not particularly well put together to begin with. I think that's the case. It's definitely taking losses here, but that's to be expected. Cool. So we'll continue to reinforce our fleets. And at this point, that's a lot of reinforcements coming in. Okay, we'll send the 9th and the 4th together. So we will select the 4th, and we will select the... Well, I want to just bring the 9th out over... We'll put the 9th over here for right now. And then we'll take the 4th. That's the 22nd. Where's the 4th here? Here's the 4th. We'll bring the 4th over here as well. Cool. And now the 4th and the 9th will get deselected. Our other two will head up to here. Excellent. So this war is going quite well so far. That is, of course, to be expected. Cool. Let's continue to press in here. The 8th is taking heavy damage. But we also expected that. There's a citadel here, and I don't know if we'll win this. It doesn't really matter whether we do or not. Yeah, we're really struggling to get through their shields here. Once we're through the shields, though, it should be fine. Which we're now through the shields. We'll see how that ends up. Fine-ish. It depends on how we roll. But that's okay. So we do see an attack going into Zorf here. We don't really care too much about that right now, though. So that's all very good. The 4th fleet and the 9th, of course, are heading over to here. Cool. The 5th is going to start cleaning up some of this area, along with the 6th and the 2nd. So we'll send the 5th out over here, the 6th will head here, and the 2nd will head here. We're just grabbing as much as we can right now. Fantastic. How's our invasion going? I think it's over. It is indeed over. So at this point, we should head to Zelmadak and land here. Fantastic. And in we come here. Beautiful. We are wanting to reinforce more, but we don't really have anything to reinforce. The 7th requires orders. It will head over towards Focal. It'll take it a little bit to get there. That's understandable. So, the Ishni Compact are taking heavy losses here, right? We might end up taking some losses up over here. That's fine. I don't really care about that. We'll come back to it. So it's all good.
Station under attack.
The 1st fleet is going to push over to Escant. The 22nd to Astinda. Beautiful. We can likely split our army at this point. Yeah, we should be able to. And I'm going to take our Transport Fleet 1. We'll put this guy in charge. Yes. And Transport Fleet 45 can now head over to Alamak. And we'll land here. That will allow us to get more done. Which is good. That's exactly what we need. So we'll get more done here. And let's tick on forward. Everybody's in motion at this point. Cool. We'll continue to reinforce what ships we can. Now, one thing I'm wondering here. The 9th fleet. Ah, yes. The 8th and the 9th are not really set up correctly. Now, the 8th we don't care about. The 9th we kind of do. So, Titan Battleship, Cruiser, Destroyer. And then this should be 62, 30, 14, 7, 1. Okay. Come on. Apparently I can't click on this to scroll down. Perfect. Well, we'll just go this way. 1, 7, 14, And then this goes just straight up to 30. Cool. So there we go. That'll allow us to spend a lot of that. This is going to put us quite a bit over our naval cap. So that's understood. That is completely and totally understood. We're going to move these guys up over this direction for the time being. Excellent. And I want to move the 5th fleet out over this way to engage the Thurgia de Seminule. Perfect. The 6th fleet is going to continue cleaning up this area, while the 2nd fleet moves up this direction and cleans up all of that constellation. Perfect. We are attacking this star fortress up here. All is looking good. So the Interstellar Ishni Compact is not exactly going to cease to exist. Well, if we have our way, it'll cease to exist. We'll see how much the Bilnock lets us take. That's the real question here. Cool. So the 8th fleet is up here in Atlaba. It did manage to take that over. That's kind of insane. I didn't expect that necessarily. But we can head up to Japris and try to take on that too. Now, we are pretty injured here. We took a lot of losses. Actually, I'm just going to disband this fleet. We'll come deal with these later on. It'll be fine. Cool. So the 9th is engaging in Gathrika. And it's completely fine here. No problems whatsoever. Excellent. Lots of reinforcements on the way in. The 1st requires orders, and its orders are to hit their capital in Ogma. We can also spend down our alloys a little bit, which we will definitely do. Excellent. So this war is going very, very well. We're not shocked about that. That is what we expected.
Discovered.
And we don't really care where the forces, or rather where the land goes, right? As long as it's in the Federation. That's the only thing that we really care about here. So that'll be okay. The 4th fleet requires orders. It will head to Damsoth. The 9th requires orders as well. It's just going to head around and clean up some of these singleton stations. Like so. Fantastic. The 22nd. You're going to grab Stebnar as well. Okay, cool. Not you, though. You're merging. Yeah, that's fine. So the 22nd can definitely switch around and head towards Tem. That looks good. We're making huge gains right now on the Interstellar Ishni Compact. There's no doubt about that. Things are going very badly for the Interstellar Ishni Compact. So we're going to go hit Zorf here, and we'll easily defeat their fleet. Very easily here.
Deploying liberation
They're using a
forces.
fair amount of missiles, which our picket ships just destroy very quickly. I like it. What else needs orders at this moment? Not a whole lot. We do have our armies currently engaged, and I'm going to send this transport fleet over to, well, we'll send it over to... There's no easy way to get here at this point. We've not fully finished our... Where was that? I've forgotten where we were building our gateway at. Okay, that's pretty funny, actually. I want to say it was in Alioth, but no, it's not. Forstro? I think it was Forstro. Yeah. So that's 403 days remaining.
Colony.
They're attacking
conquered.
over here. We could maybe defend that with our Juggernaut. Maybe. Yeah, actually, I think we could.
Colony conquered.
Okay, so we conquered a couple of colonies out over here. Next, we're going to send this army over to here. And we will land armies there. And we can see that this is partly occupied by us. Sounds good. Let's head up and land on these worlds as well. Cool. So that's all underway. We'll need to check in on our fleets. The 4th requires orders, and its orders are to head to Bradam. The 3rd requires orders, and its orders are to push down over this direction. and get this little tendril taken over. Fantastic. There we go. And the 7th requires orders. Its orders are, at this point, to jump drive up here, and then start heading northward. Cool. And with that, it is about time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to keep taking what we can from the Interstellar Ishni Compact. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, JJ Gamer, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, Atala, Jensgram, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.